Hey, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. As always, it is Nick here, back with your daily crypto news and analysis. And today we are going to be talking about Hedera and Hbar. So with that being said, let's just dive in and let's start off with the big news from Bithumb. So today we've seen Hbar get listed on the Korean market on Bithumb. This is one of the largest exchanges out there, top 15 exchange with almost $170 million worth of 24-hour trading volume. And they have well over 200 and almost 60,000 weekly visits. This is a big market for Hbar. It's a big market out there as well. And this is tapping directly into the Korean market. So this is great to see. And like I said, Bithumb is a massive exchange, well over 250,000 followers over on Twitter. So this is always great to see. And again, more markets, more exposure, more liquidity, more volume as well. Outside of this though, before we fully dive into some very juicy news around Hedera, I just want to let you guys know that so much more value and so much more content is being posted almost every single day in the Crypto Wealth Network group. If you guys do want to be a part of that group, you guys are more than welcome to join that group down in the top of the description. Now with that, let's start off with this. So real-time intercontinental settlement using stablecoins. One of the biggest use cases around crypto for the longest time that has been spotlighted through the XRP community was always cross-border transactions. We know that these can take days to settle. We know that there's a lot of fees tied to cross-border transactions. We also know that the legacy payment systems like Swift right now are really going through it. Listen, when the US announced sanctions against Russia, that is when we start to see major banking entities and major nations moving away from the US dollar and also moving away from Swift, trying to do business outside of Swift and really kind of combating, if you will, Swift and the US dollar. Now, with that, right, we already know that Swift was old age technology. Even with GPI, right, the major expansion with GPI, we know that that didn't really do much. It was more so really kind of putting a cover over something that is extremely old. And, you know, again, as we look at stablecoin adoption, we know stablecoin adoption within the space has been a big thing as well. And a lot of people would rather send transactions and receive transactions in stablecoins than utilizing Swift and even major traditional entities like, for an example, wire transfers, PayPal, Cash App, you name it. When we really look at crypto, the biggest thing around it is instant settlement, right? That is something that you are not achieving through Swift or any traditional payment means. Even when you utilize digital platforms like PayPal, for an example, or Cash App, you're not seeing instant settlement. You might see instant payments where I could send a payment instantly, but faster payments does not equal faster settlement. When we have faster payments, it demands faster settlement. And that is where we do see Hedera coming into play, Ripple coming into play, things like that. What we see around the cross-border payments market is major growth. In 2022, this market was expected to reach $156 trillion. By 2027, this market is expected to reach $250 trillion. And it's ripe for disruption due to customer demands, emerging market growth, and financial inclusion. When we look at this, right, in my opinion, it is only a matter of time until we start to see major banking entities tapping into crypto. Because it just makes sense. And this is also why I've said like Ripple will be extremely successful. And this is also why XRP will see a large portion of the cross-border payment market, is because Ripple has been ready to disrupt this market forever. And they're already starting to. When we look at the Stablecoin Studio that just recently launched on Hedera, this gets me very excited because we've already started to kind of see stablecoin initiatives from some of the largest brands out there, PayPal included. The Stablecoin Studio, an open source SDK now available on the Hedera network, enabling any organization to easily build stablecoin applications. What I said over on Twitter really kind of comes to mind. I said many don't realize that Hedera is making it as easy as possible for enterprises to launch DLT applications and for them to become key players in the Web3 world. This is what it's all about, being the decentralized launchpad essentially for the centralized giants. The key reason why I'm so bullish on Hbar is because we know the Web 2 and the Web 3 world will need to converge. Hedera is making it happen fast. And yes, things like this really kind of boost and accelerate that adoption layer. When we look at this, Web3 stablecoin platforms, institutional issuers, enterprises, and payment providers can now build stablecoin applications using Hedera network services without specialized blockchain expertise. This is the gateway. This is the gateway. And when we look at this, right, it offers not only Oracle-based proof of reserves functionality, it also provides commercial custody provider integration points and easily configured KYC and AML compliance functionality. This is all made available by Hedera Swirls Labs and the Hbar Foundation with, of course, the help of IO builders. Stablecoin Studio is open sourced on Hedera under an Apache 2.0 license. We do see them mentioning even PayPal. PayPal recently announced its own stablecoin, PYUSD, joining the ranks of existing pure play issuers like Terra and Circle, central banks and wholesale players like JP Morgan, Shinhan Bank, SCB, TechX, and the largest financial institution in Taiwan recently announced the successful completion of a stablecoin remittance proof of concept pilot on the Hedera network that leveraged the Stablecoin Studio. We do see here that we are very excited to hear that the Stablecoin Studio is now live on the Hedera network. We made use of this toolkit while doing the Stablecoin Remittance POC project a few months ago, and it was quite convenient. We believe it can become a game changer in the Web3 market. And this is from the Shinhan Bank. Having used Stablecoin Studio, this is from SCB TechX, by the way, in our recent remittance POC, we are excited to see this toolkit released to the open source community. Modulars like these enable technologists like ourselves to focus on use case innovation, standardizing the way we build and innovate on top of Hedera. We are eager to see what the larger community creates with it. And the list goes on here. Listen, when we look at what is going on, I don't think that we need to really kind of beat around the bush here. We know that payments and the world of finance is becoming a big area of opportunity through DLT and blockchain. Like, this is being tapped in more than ever before. Institutional adoption has really kind of started this year heavily. It's become a spotlight. And now today, we have confirmation of some of the major assets that will be tied to this. Hedera is a leader, right? Like, I don't care what anyone says about the price. Like, you could talk about price, you could talk about token dilution all day long. Long term, none of that matters. When we look at what Hedera is doing here, when we look at what Hedera is becoming, this is a major opportunity for anyone that has a long-term viewpoint here. Right? Like, if you are thinking forward around Hedera, then you will be successful because this is groundbreaking initiatives. Stablecoins, as a quote here, have the potential to bring a wide range of benefits to the banking industry, including stability, transparency, security, accessibility, liquidity, and more. And, you know, the best part about this is this builds upon my original idea around what is going to happen through tokenization as well. Every single major bank will soon tokenize their reserves. It makes 100% sense. They will all have their own token. That's where we see JPM coin, for example, become a thing, right? Like, JP Morgan already kind of started this. And I do think that this is going to become the big thing, right? Like, I think that every single bank will have their own coin. Now, again, Citibank is not going to use JPM coin. JP Morgan is not going to utilize Citi's coin. They're not, right? So what we need is also bridge currencies. We need something like XRP, for an example. But these are all going to be a big thing. And I think that, you know, those that are building out the solution for this, like, for example, the Stablecoin Studio, they're going to be very big, because what we will see on Hedera is major adoption of the Stablecoin Studio, in my opinion, because it's making it as easy as possible. And listen, we already know that PayPal using Ethereum is nonsense, right? It's just testing its POCs. When we really kind of look at the future of stablecoins, it's not Ethereum. And by the way, we also got a little bit of an insight on the Stablecoin Studio on Hedera. It's actually over on their website here. So first off, this is where we see the ease of development, as well as accelerating the deployment and development of it. And really kind of streamlining the entire operation. And then we also do see robust administration and compliance configurations. And of course, we do see the proof of reserves for treasury management. Very exciting. Now, if we scroll down, we could see some of the stablecoins built on Hedera. We have Standard Bank here. We have Shinhan Bank, Cathay Bank, Joel, SCB TechX, and then of course Rivia. Sorry. And then down here, we have some of the quotes around this. Again, really kind of just talking a little bit about the Stablecoin Studio and how it's going to accelerate the growth of the industry and their business. And then over on the left there with Shinhan Bank, we do see that it was a game changer for their successful stablecoin remittance pilot with the SCB, Tech, X, and other financial institutions. And then down here, we do see feature-rich stablecoin management, really kind of just breaking down the overall management of this. And by the way, these are ERC20 compliant, leveraging low fixed fees, high throughput, and real-time settlement. So again, they're tapping into EVM smart contracts, but you're embracing the efficiency of Hedera. This is why it's so crucial to note the technology stack behind this, because even though PayPal wants to utilize Ethereum, they could still tap in to Hedera. And by the way, you have the Stablecoin Studio ecosystem. These are the players behind this. Probably know a lot of these, including, of course, Drop, which made a big spotlight back in August with FedNow. But these are some of the best ones that are tied to this, like, for an example, Banksa. You have MoonPay here, 6 Clover, StraitsX. You have Transact, and also USDC, and then Zimbali. So, love to see it. Listen, I do think that payments and finance on Hedera in terms of those payment rails are becoming a big deal, and everyone needs to be focused on this. We also got a few screenshots from the announcement. Here we have announcement from the WorldPay team about the new stablecoin proof of reserve service. Shout out to Rob Allen. And here we have some screenshots. We have, first off, the token 2049 just insight. And then over here, we actually have who is WorldPay. Remember, I've talked about FIS many times in the past. This is an absolute giant. But you see #1 global payout processor, 40 billion plus annual transactions, $2 trillion annual volume, 60 plus domestic markets, 1,000 plus partners, 126 currencies, 1 million plus merchant locations, 1.2K transactions per second, and of course, 99.99% uptime. And then over here, we do see, and why do we care about stablecoins? #1 global payout process for the crypto sector. 7 out of 10 top crypto exchanges work with us. First card to crypto transaction processed in 2015, 40 plus crypto friendly domestic processing countries. First to launch Apple Pay and Google Pay for crypto merchants, and 50 plus FTE dedicated to crypto across the globe. And then here are a few other screenshots. This screenshot specifically, I actually have a better image of it from Brady over on Twitter. And we do see what's coming next: rewire and card payments, end-to-end USD settlement. This is, or USDC settlement. This is huge. This is a big game changer. And of course, look at the players tied to this. Hedera is a big key player. We do see what could we expect? Full transparency for up to 100% of settlement money movements available in near real time across fiat and crypto portions, facilitating traceability, auditability, uniform reporting, and reconciliation, speed and efficiency, real time and or streaming settlement rather than batch based, and also an end-to-end settlement stack that prepares for a potential world with CBDCs. And this is big. And this is the image that is provided here, as you guys do see. And this is a little bit of a different image compared to this, but it's really kind of the same exact thing, kind of. But this is big, and it's tapping all into, of course, the Hashgraph consensus layer, the HCS, with, of course, Archaea there as well. And you also have Hashport. Hashport is a big player as well for interoperability. And then over here is yet again another image. You have the DLT storage of Oracle data being Hedera. You have the enterprise-grade Oracle solution, which is Hashport and Axiom. And then you have the data sources on the left. And you also have the solution supported by the Hashgraph Association, WorldPay from FIS, and the BCW. And then on the last slide here is the one that I really kind of just showed you guys. But then over here from Hedera, we do see the co-founder Mans Harman takes the stage at Token 2049 to talk Stablecoin Studio, the end-to-end stablecoin solution for Web3 platforms, institutions, issuers, and payment providers. Like I said, this is a big innovation, and it really just kind of builds upon what we already know about Hedera, which is they are becoming a Web3 giant. And anyone that is overlooking Hedera simply because of stupidity, meaning, you know, talking about token dilution and the prices of HBAR, which, listen, if you're focused on the short term, then yeah, your concerns are warranted. But if you're not focused on the long term as well, you're going to miss out on some great opportunities. And I do think that HBAR is presenting a massive one. And I think that this entire space, as we look at it right now, is one big opportunity. So very, very large announcements from the Hedera team. Very excited about what's to come. And with that being said, I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. If you guys did, definitely leave a like, subscribe, to notifications on because I'm free content. You guys are more than welcome to follow me on Twitter and join the free Discord in the description below. And with that being said, guys, this has been Nick. Peace out.